Ever wondered how often your money actually works for you when it's tucked away in a Fidelity Investments fund? It's a question many investors ponder, whether you're just starting your financial journey or you're a seasoned pro managing a diverse portfolio. Because let's face it, understanding the rhythm of those interest payments, or rather, the distributions and how they compound, is key to truly grasping the growth potential of your investments. Now, Fidelity Investments offers a vast landscape of funds, each with its own unique investment strategy and, consequently, its own schedule for distributing returns. We're not just talking about a one-size-fits-all answer here. Think of it like this: you wouldn't expect every tree in a forest to bear fruit at the exact same time, right? Some ripen early, others later, and some might focus on growing taller rather than producing immediate fruit. Similarly, different types of Fidelity funds operate on different timelines for returning value to their shareholders. So, let's peel back the layers and explore this in detail, breaking down the nuances of how and when you might see those returns reflected in your account. We'll delve into the distinctions between various fund types, from money market funds designed for stability to dividend-focused equity funds and even bond funds that operate on a different set of principles. Understanding these differences is crucial because the interest or returns you receive aren't always structured in the same way. First off, it's important to clarify that while we often use the term interest, it's not always the most accurate descriptor for the returns generated by all types of investment funds. For some funds, particularly bond funds and money market funds, the income generated is indeed akin to interest payments. However, for equity funds, the returns often come in the form of dividends, a portion of the company's profits distributed to shareholders, and capital gains, which is the profit you make when you sell your shares for a higher price than you bought them. Let's start with money market funds. These are generally considered lower-risk investments that aim to maintain a stable net asset value, NAV, of $1 per share. They invest in short-term, high-quality debt instruments. The income generated by these instruments accrues daily, and while it might not be explicitly paid out as interest in the traditional sense of a fixed payment on a specific date, the fund's yield reflects this daily accumulation. Typically, money market funds credit these earnings to your account monthly. This means you'll see your share balance slightly increase over the month as the income is reinvested, effectively compounding your returns. It's a steady, albeit often modest, way to see your investment grow. Next up are bond funds. These funds invest in a portfolio of bonds issued by governments, corporations, or other entities. Bonds typically pay a fixed rate of interest, usually on a semi-annual basis, twice a year. Bond funds collect these interest payments from the various bonds they hold. The fund then distributes this income to its shareholders. The frequency of these distributions can vary depending on the specific fund's objective and policies, but you'll commonly see bond funds making monthly or quarterly income distributions. It's important to note that the yield of a bond fund can fluctuate based on market interest rates and the creditworthiness of the bond issuers, so the interest isn't always a fixed amount. Now, let's shift our focus to equity funds, which invest primarily in stocks. Unlike bonds, stocks don't guarantee regular interest payments. However, many established and profitable companies choose to distribute a portion of their earnings to shareholders in the form of dividends. The frequency and amount of these dividends are determined by the company's board of directors and can vary. Consequently, equity funds that focus on dividend-paying stocks will pass these dividends on to their shareholders. The payment schedule for these dividend distributions can be monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or even annually, depending on the specific fund and the underlying companies it holds. It's crucial to understand that not all equity funds prioritize dividend payouts. Growth-oriented funds, for instance, may focus on reinvesting earnings back into the company to fuel further expansion, rather than distributing them as dividends. In such cases, the return for investors primarily comes from potential capital appreciation, the increase in the fund's share price over time. You only realize these gains when you sell your shares. So, while there isn't a regular interest payment, the value of your investment can still grow. Furthermore, some funds might employ a strategy of making capital gains distributions. This typically happens when the fund sells securities within its portfolio for a profit. These realized capital gains are often distributed to shareholders on an annual basis, usually towards the end of the year. These distributions are separate from any dividend income the fund might also generate. Understanding the tax implications of these capital gains distributions is also important for investors. To get a precise answer about the distribution schedule for a specific Fidelity fund, the best resource is always the fund's prospectus. This document provides detailed information about the fund's investment objectives, strategies, risks, and importantly, its distribution policy. You can usually find the prospectus on Fidelity's website by searching for the specific fund you're interested in. Look for sections discussing distributions, dividends, or income. This will clearly outline how often the fund intends to make payments to shareholders. Another helpful resource on Fidelity's website is the fund's fact sheet or summary prospectus. These documents often provide a more concise overview of key fund information, including the typical distribution frequency. You can also log into your Fidelity account and view the transaction history for your specific fund holdings. This will show you past dividend or capital gains distributions and their payment dates. So, to circle back to our initial question, how often is interest paid on Fidelity investment funds? The answer, as you now see, isn't a simple one. It depends entirely on the type of fund you're invested in. Money market funds typically credit earnings monthly. Bond funds often distribute income monthly or quarterly. Dividend-focused equity funds will distribute dividends based on the payout schedules of the underlying companies they hold, which can be monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Growth-oriented equity funds may not pay regular dividends, with returns primarily coming from potential capital appreciation. And most funds will make annual capital gains distributions, if applicable. Therefore, the key takeaway is to do your homework. Understand the specific characteristics of the Fidelity funds you're considering or currently invested in. Review the prospectus and other fund documents to get a clear picture of their distribution policies. This knowledge will empower you to better track your investment growth and align your investment choices with your financial goals. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.